Good morning. Oh, I'm so blessed to be in this house today. This congregation that I love so well. Even without people here, I can feel you. I can see you. You are with me. I'm proud to say that for 7 years, I served as a comrade in the Black Panther Party for self-defense. October 2021 marks the 55th anniversary of the Black Panther Party. Woo! The Black Panther Party was conceived because of violent racism and aggression against the Black community in Oakland, especially by the police department. Panther Party chapters quickly spread to urban areas across the country who shared the same experiences. In San Francisco, some Glide folks played a part in the history of the party. Our beloved Cecil Williams served as an intermediary between Panthers and the police department, while our beloved Jan Mirikatani organized the community to rally around the Panther headquarters. 500 people surrounded the Panther headquarters to deny police entry. This show of peaceful protest and unity by the community and mediation by Glide's leadership stopped a potentially violent confrontation between the Panthers and the police. As Panther comrades, our activities were positively influenced by the 10-point platform and program. All power to the people was our rallying cry. I'm going to ask you some questions during this time today, and I'll give you the answer later, but you put them in the chat. Who founded the Black Panther Party? Who were the 3 people who founded the Black Panther Party? What was the first point of the 10-point program? Listen carefully to some of the points in the platform and program that are actually as relevant today as they were in 1966. We want decent housing fit for the shelter of human beings, just as we want for our sisters and brothers here in the Tenderloin. We want completely free health care for all Black and oppressed people. The party organized a free clinic, which provided medical care, and it also established sickle cell testing and a sickle cell research foundation before most people were aware of the dread disease which primarily affects people of color. Now, every child born in California is tested at birth for sickle cell anemia. We want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of Black people, other people of color, and all oppressed people in the United States. Black Lives Matter has taken up that challenge, as well as others, to say no more, no more. We'll stand for it, no more. I'm here to share some of the practices, principles, and programs of the party and my experience from 1975 to 1982, during a time when most people believed the Black Panther Party was over. It is said the Panther Party you were in is the party you knew. In other words, it was a multi-dimensional endeavor. Some good, some not so good. The party I knew is known best for serving free breakfast to hungry children before school. The party I knew had mandatory weekly political education classes. The party I knew required comrades to go out, rain or shine, to sell our newspaper for a quarter to educate the community. The party I knew was all comrades working 20 hours a day. to serve the people. The party I knew was primarily led by Black women. We want a decent education that teaches us our true history and our role in present-day society. We believe in an educational system that gives our people a knowledge of self. To that end, the party founded the Oakland Community School, a community school for 150 children aged 2.5 to 12 years old. How was the Oakland Community School founded? Put your answers in the chat. The school the students of the school, were primarily underprivileged from East Oakland neighborhoods, including the housing projects in the area. They were served 3 healthy home-cooked meals daily. Our Minister of Celebration, Marvin K. White, was a teenager then and served as a volunteer at the Oakland Community School. The principal focus of my work in the party was educating the youngest children in the school. Since all comrades had multiple roles, I eventually became head of the primary skills department, health officer for all the children, and a leader of the collective children's house for Panther cubs during non-school hours. During school hours, James Baldwin and Maya Angelou did writing workshops with the older children. Stevie Wonder sent his choreographer to help the children produce a play about an African village called The Bride's Price. Rosa Parks visited the school, and the children enacted a skit about the Selma bus boycott of the 1955 Civil Rights Movement. Learning and teaching was my joy. I was there when Huey got his doctorate degree. I did not know what a doctorate was, and I was 23 years old. Little did I know that I would follow his lead many years later. We had math bowls, science fairs, spelling bees, dramatic arts, and singing performances. I've never seen children so eager and excited about learning. Our philosophy of education was that the world is a child's classroom, and each one teach one, exposing them to as many learning experiences outside the classroom as possible. Moreover, we encourage them to support each other in learning, as well as the teachers supported each other in learning. I had a high school diploma when I joined the party, and I learned how to teach. Critical thinking was a hallmark of our pedagogy. We taught children how to think, not what to think. Here's another question. In 1977, who awarded the Oakland Community School for education? Despite the academic, social, and economic odds of 1978, our children tested 1 to 2 grade levels beyond their age level on comprehensive tests. Spiritual growth was important to the director of the Oakland Community School. Erica Huggins taught herself meditation in prison for a murder for which she was acquitted. I attended Revolutionary Church services on Sunday as a member of the Black Panther Party. Eventually, I began practicing Hinduism with our children and other comrades. For the adults, we saw greater meaning for the life and the day-to-day sacrifices we chose to live by. Chanting and meditation brought a greater degree of peace and harmony in my life than I had ever known before. Spirituality and community service, Glide's passion and promise, made me feel immediately at home here. So the questions: who started the Black Panther Party? Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, and a teenager, little Bobby Hutton. What was the first point of the 10-point program? We want freedom. How was the Oakland Community School funded? By grants, individual donations, and fundraising. Who awarded the Oakland Community School for defying the myth of the uneducatable child? The California State Assembly recognized the Oakland Community School for the highest level of scholastic achievement in elementary education and for concretely defying the myth of an uneducatable child. In closing, the Black Panther Party wasn't a panacea for all the problems of Black and oppressed people. We were a diverse group of men and women, college students, former inmates, people who lived on the street, but we came together. We made mistakes, and we made a difference. Research all the 10 points of the platform and program, and you will agree that they were servants of the people in a period of radical disharmony and civil unrest, much like today. I said before in this sanctuary, if you don't know, Google it. I spoke today to provide a clear insight into the history of the party and being a comrade in the Oakland Community School for self-defense. And now, we would end all of our celebrations, though we aren't ending celebration, with the phrase, all power to the people. Thank you.